Hey, what's going on, fam? So another quick video, just talking about Lee Merritt one more time because I know I've already been going in on this dude, but every time I go in on him, he does something else that's despicable and needs to be exposed. So basically, what this clown has done recently, or the new thing that he's done that's making me make another video about him, is he sued a Tatiana Jefferson's father for attorney's fees because Tatiana Jefferson's father, Mr. Marquis Jefferson, he put in some kind of legal action to stop the GoFundMe that Lee Merritt organized. And he's suing him for attorney fees. Now, this is the same dude who claims that, the family's grieving and we should stay focused on justice and not distractions and blah, blah, blah. Yet, the father of the victim and Mr. Merritt always comes forward as I'm just so concerned about the family grieving and getting them justice. But you're suing the father in the middle of him trying to get justice. You're suing him for attorney's fees. Now, this is the same man, Mr. Merritt, who, as you're going to see up on your screen here, has gone out of his way to make claims that he's not getting money. Let's look at some of the things he's posted about the funds he gets. So this is supposedly a message, a DM he got from the mother of Antoine Rose, somebody who a family who he quote unquote represented. And I say quote unquote because he doesn't really represent these families. He's just a middleman for their money. He's not representing shit. He makes it sound like he's some kind of lawyer standing for justice. He's not. He's a settlement bag chaser, like I've already discussed in several other videos. But let's go ahead and read the message. Lee Merritt, this is from the mother. Lee Merritt, I pray families are never put in this predicament, but I know there is no preparing for this type of tragedy. Without your guidance, I would have been lost. And truth be told, your name is not listed on anything financial, nor have you requested anything. Now, this is a private message. Why would she need to send him or say to him that you didn't ask for anything financial? Isn't that already known between him and her? And why would he post this so recently? He posted this last week. Why, if a friend helps me and they don't ask me for any money, why would I need to send them a private message? If anything, if there is some kind of controversy of whether or not I took money from this person, that person will release a public message. So why is this a private message? It's basically because he's saying, look, I need your help. I need you to say I didn't ask you for any money or something of that sort. He says something like that to her because this is random. It's first of all, it's random. She's thanking him for her help. I mean, she's allegedly thanking him for his help, but then she goes out of her nowhere to put out this disclaimer that that he didn't ask for any money. It's weird. It doesn't fit in the statement. But but why would he post this? Why would Mr. Merritt post this message? In order to, I guess, allegedly prove that he doesn't take money. But now we know, a week after he posted this, he's suing Marquis Jefferson's father for stopping the GoFundMe, which he also claimed he does not get any money from, even though he is organizing this GoFundMe. So you're putting this message up to give the appearance that you are not accepting money. But as soon as somebody stops a GoFundMe scam with your name on it, you start suing them for attorney's fees. And this is the father of a woman who's dead. He's in the middle of grieving. They haven't even had a Tatiana's funeral yet because he's also had to take legal action, thanks to Lee Merritt, to stop the funeral from being done without his consent. And now he's sitting up here suing for attorney's fees after he's gone out of his way to put out this image that he doesn't take any money from the families. But he's suing a family member for money. And Marquis Jefferson did not hire Lee Merritt. That was the mother's side of the family and the scamming aunt who hired Lee Merritt, not Marquis Jefferson. So why are you seeing Marquis Jefferson for attorney's fees when he didn't even hire you? Unless, of course, you were going to take a cut of that GoFundMe money. And that's why the GoFundMe money leads to you bringing a suit against Tatiana's father. And then, so let's go ahead and look at this tweet. Tatiana Jefferson's, and this was posted on October 20th. Tatiana's, and this is October 22nd. 2 days ago, he posted this. Tatiana Jefferson's mom and siblings benefit from outpouring of support from the community. They have made clear every dollar goes to them directly. So if every dollar goes to them directly, what attorney's fees are you missing out on, Mr. Merritt, because of the GoFundMe? Oh my God, dude. Woo. I can't with this dude. Like I said, he puts black people's lives in danger with his settlement bag scamming. This again further proves what we've been saying about him. His whole way of negotiating his little settlement bag deals is negotiating this forgiveness. Because clearly he's seeking his fees whether or not he gets a settlement or not. They have made clear every dollar goes to them directly, blah, blah, blah. And so that's it that I wanted to read from that, fam. I don't want to make this video too long. What I do want to do, though, is, like I said, point out the hypocrisy, point out the lies. I have 2 tweets from him where he's putting out these messages, making it seem like he takes no money, he doesn't see any money, the only money he sees from the family. As a matter of fact, look, here, actually I have one more tweet. So let's find one more tweet. So this is somebody asking him, so who does pay for your services if not the litigant? Not to pry deep into your business, but when people are questioning where the money is going, it's best to be transparent to avoid false impressions. That's what somebody from Twitter is saying to him. Somebody named Christopher A. Jackson is asking him. And then he says, the city of Fort Worth wants if the lawsuit is successful. Attorneys' fees are built into civil rights lawsuits under Section 1983 of the Civil Rights Act. So here's now a third tweet claim where he's openly claiming that the only money he sees from this is from the settlement. But clearly, as soon as they stop a GoFundMe, you're suing, dude. Yet you're sitting up here saying every dollar goes to the family directly. But as soon as it's stopped, you start suing because you're a scamming settlement bag coon. And now you're causing drama in the family and being a part of the drama by suing the father for your attorney's fees because he stopped the GoFundMe hustle that you keep claiming that you're not taking any money from. So anyway, fam, hopefully that drives the point home of what I was trying to say as far as this scamming ass coon. Let's go ahead and look at one other thing though before we get off. So what somebody named @MassageEnvy on Twitter posted a record of Lee Merritt's record, and it basically just shows it a record full of failures. So I'm gonna quickly go over this record full of failures and talk about it. So starting in 2017, Dorsey Morris, and this is between Merritt Law, Attorney Crump, and Darrell Washington, 3 fake civil rights settlement bag coons, and their record of victories. So let's see. Dorsey Morris, starting with Dorsey Morris. Excessive force. No charge, back working. So the case of Dorsey Morris, the cop used excessive force. He had no charge, and now he's back at work. Jacqueline Craig. Assault on 8-year-old, 6 months probation. 100 hours community service. Officer 10-day suspension. So 6 months probation and 100 hours of community service, and an officer got a 10-day suspension. Jordan Edwards, the cop got parole, 8 years, and an appeal. He has 8 years with parole, so he can get out in like 4, and it's being appealed. Deontay Yarber, No charges. Back working. Awarded $163,000 for lost wages. So the cop got paid off Lee Merritt's settlement bag scamming. Antoine Rose Jr. This is the mother who he posted, who supposedly he took no money from, and his name wasn't on anything financial. Antoine Rose got murdered. Cop not guilty. 7. O'Shea Terry. Homicide. He's indicted, but we don't know yet. Lindo Jones. Shooting. He got shot. Not guilty. Daquan Hay. Pepper spray. No charge. Jamel Robertson. Homicide. Murdered. No charge. Jasmine Barnes. Homicide. No charge. Marquise Brown. Deceased in police custody. No charge. DeAndre Harris. He was assaulted. 3 cops got convicted. 1 got 2 to 4 years. 1 got 2 to 5. The third got 4 to 8. Botham John, CNN. Homicide. Well, they're putting CNN. I don't know why he's putting, but it was reported on CNN. Botham John got murdered. The cop got found guilty. 5 to 10 years. Probable appeal. So she got 10 years with parole, which means she can get out in as early as 5. And there's a likely appeal in the Amber Geiger Botham John case. All right. And Tatiana Jefferson free on bond. So let's look at the total amount of years that out of 15 cases, or not even say 15, 13 cases. Let's see how many people are actually serving, or let's see how much total jail time for 13 different cases. So we have, that one case where DeAndre Harris, we have a total of between 8 and 17 years total for all these crimes that Lee Merritt has been involved in. 8 years with parole, 17 years without it, and that's if they don't get out on appeal. So, fam, that's all I wanted to show y'all. Lee Merritt is still out here being a scumbag scammer, still scamming the people, still out here claiming he doesn't get money when he obviously does, and we saw it as soon as Marquis Jefferson's father stopped the GoFundMe bag. And so I just wanted to present some of these facts to y'all. Again, like I said, whenever you see a police brutality, police shooting case, a race soldier case, and you see Lee Merritt or Benjamin Crump is involved, just know that white supremacy is at work, and the cop's going to get a very light sentence or no sentence. Lee Merritt is a settlement bag scammer. Oh yeah, and let me say one other thing about this dude before I get off this video, because I know the people who will defend Mr. Merritt will say, "Oh, he's just a civil lawyer. Y'all don't understand X, Y, Z. He can't really control what the families, what happens in these cases." Well, and this is the last thing I'm going to post up in this video. Let's look at Lee Merritt's Twitter post. As you can see, Lee Merritt is up here claiming all kinds of credit for all kinds of cases. He's on Twitter saying how he gets justice for everybody. He's talking about, you know, he got this guy charged and that guy charged, and you'll see them up here on the screen. You know, he's bragging about Aaron Dean. He's bragging about Amber Geiger. She was the first white female cop ever convicted of murdering a black man. So I want to say this last thing. Lee Merritt and Lee Merritt's defenders. You can't have it both ways. Either Lee Merritt does or he doesn't have a hand in what happens as far as justice, and I'm talking about convictions and punishment for cops. Either he has a hand or he doesn't. If he has a hand, then he needs to take the blame for the fact that all these cops are getting off. Because if he has the power to get them to get them charged, he also has the same power. And if he's allegedly, he's claiming that he puts pressure on prosecutors to bring charges and convict, well, then he also needs to be the one to make sure that they get sentenced properly. He needs to be using that same pressure and power that he has to make sure that these cops get sentenced for their crimes. And if he cannot do that, and if he has no power to influence that, then guess what? He doesn't have the power to get them convicted either. Maybe that's just the community at large pressuring the prosecutor to bring charges. Maybe because the prosecutor doesn't want an issue with protests in their city that they would do it. There's a variety of reasons. Or maybe the prosecutor just wanted to do the right thing. None of these things have anything to do with Lee Merritt because, as he's already saying out of one side of his mouth, he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have control over these what happens in court because he's a civil lawyer, not a criminal lawyer. And again, like I said, there's a problem with this whole compensation thing. Compensation for our family members' death. I don't mind you getting paid for the wrongful death, but not at the expense of justice. Why is Lee Merritt involved anyway, other than to get himself a settlement bag? So he needs to stop pretending like he's this crusader who travels across the country saving black families from police brutality or helping them get justice, quote unquote, after police brutality. When he's not. He's a settlement bag chaser getting his money. And I would be a little bit more okay with that is if that's how you presented yourself. As, hey, look, I'm just here to make sure you get your settlement. I'm not this big time justice crusaders. So stop faking the funk as if you are and making all these public appearances and tweeting all these tweets and social media posts trying to tell people to galvanize behind these families that all you want from them is money. You're not a justice crusader, Mr. Merritt. You're a settlement bag chaser who puts black people in danger because you cut these little backroom deals where you get the families to forgive, or to, at the very least, if they don't forgive, they don't raise a fuss, they don't make a stink, they don't raise awareness about the fact that they didn't get justice in their case. They just take their money and be okay with whatever happens to the cop, even if they don't publicly forgive. But most of them do publicly forgive, on top of not getting justice and not saying anything about the fact that they didn't get justice. That's what you do, Lee Merritt, and it's despicable and it's dangerous to black society, and more black people need to know who you are, and that's why I'm making these videos. Because your lies are caught bold face and plain. You have no excuse to be suing Marquis Jefferson for attorney's fees after all the denying that you've done on social media. No excuse, except for the fact that you're a lying scammer. You're a no integrity liar and scammer. But anyway, fam, like I said, I don't like my videos to be too long. This video is going on a little bit longer than I wanted it to. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. Peace.